My name is Elisa Bonet, and I wanted to share one of my favorite recipes with you today. You know, having blood sugar issues or being on a low carb diet like keto doesn't mean you can't enjoy bread. You can learn to make all sorts of delicious breads that will not impact your blood sugar or your carbs. Today I'm going to share a wonder-like keto chaffle. What is a chaffle? It means that you're using cheese as your base, usually mozzarella, and you use a waffle iron to cook it in the shape of a waffle. Therefore, you have cheese plus waffle. That's your chaffle. You can make a variety of flavors and use either a regular size waffle iron or a mini. Today's chaffle contains 3 net carbs per half a chaffle or 1 mini chaffle. Let's get started. When I start cooking, I assemble all the ingredients for my recipe just to make it easy and keep everything organized. Here I have my mozzarella cheese, which is very neutral in flavor and easily melts and will take on the flavor and texture of bread. So I have 2 cups of cheese. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. Next, I'll be adding some Xanthan Gum. This is optional, but I feel like it holds everything together and you can find it online very inexpensively. Next, we'll be adding a teaspoon of baking powder. I like to add a little bit of sweetener to my bread, so I'm adding 2 teaspoons of Swerve, but you can use any sweetener of choice or omit it altogether. I'm adding 2 teaspoons of ground psyllium husks. This really gives it a nice texture and feels more like a bread. Half a cup of fine ground almond flour. I get mine from Costco. And I'm going to add 2 to 3 drops of Madagascar vanilla essential oil. If you don't have it, you can add a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract or omit it altogether. And then you can add your eggs. I like to use organic, free-range eggs. Mix everything really well until it's well incorporated. Make sure your waffle iron is preheated and set to medium or medium high, and then spray it to make sure nothing sticks. Now you can use a full-size waffle maker or a mini size. Do not overfill your waffle maker because it will spill out the sides, really ooze and make a mess. Once it stops steaming, it will be ready, or the light will come on, and that will also indicate it's time to open up your waffle maker and enjoy your delicious creation. And now you can top it with anything you'd like. I'm going to share my steak and egg recipe with you. I have some flat iron steaks here that I'm seasoning with a little bit of salt and some pepper. And I actually made a rosemary salt with fresh rosemary as well as rosemary essential oil. I'll soon be making a video sharing all the different seasoned salts you can make with your essential oils. Of course, you can season your meat any way you'd like. This is your sandwich, so do what makes you happy. I'll be sharing this sandwich with my husband, so I'll be using 2 eggs. And I keep it simple. I just add a little bit of salt and maybe some pepper. But of course, season it any way you'd like. For an extra layer of flavor, you can add an essential oil to the mayonnaise. Oregano, basil, rosemary, thyme, they'll all work really well. These oils are very potent and you don't want to overpower your food with it. So start by using a toothpick. Just insert it in the bottle and then swirl it in your mayonnaise or your dressing or anything you're using. I have preheated my pan and I'm going to get the meat started. These cuts are very thin, so just about 5 minutes per side will be perfect. I love to add butter to my scrambled eggs and my omelets, so I'll be using that to make my omelet today. Time to turn the steaks. Nice and seared, and it's locking in all that delicious flavor. I'm going to top my egg with some smoked cheddar, but you can use any cheese that you'd like. Now I'm going to assemble my sandwich by spreading some mayonnaise on both sides, and then adding some fresh lettuce from my garden. A couple of tomato slices, the egg, and finally the steaks. This makes quite a hearty meal, but it's too much for me, so I'm going to cut it in half and share it with my husband. Look at this delicious, hearty sandwich. My husband said I should sell these at a restaurant. Each half slice is about 3 carbs for the bread and approximately 5 carbs for the entire sandwich. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this recipe once you make it. Enjoy!